Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Bill here. Hope you're having a great day. I had my first IDPA match at the beginning of January. It's now toward the middle, kind of more toward the end of January. And I have a USPSA match coming up Saturday, which is in a couple days. So I just want to kind of go over what I'm using, my setup, what I will be competing with. Now, this is my first USPSA match. Though I did do pretty good in IDPA. It was my first match, and it's my local club, which is Georgia Firing Line. For those of you that live in Georgia or Marietta, Georgia Firing Line has IDPA matches on Thursdays, every other Thursday, and then USPSA matches every other Thursday. Problem is, I work second shift, so I'm not able to make it for the Thursday matches, so I am going to an outdoor match, or have been signing up for an outdoor match. There's one in Riverbend, which is Saturday, the one I'm doing here. And then next week, I'll be doing an IDPA match, outdoor match in Tallapoosa, which is pretty close to Alabama. Just trying to figure out, I'll be doing like one match a month. And so I'm trying to figure out for Saturday matches, do I want to do USPSA? Do I want to do IDPA? Now, I did really like the IDPA match. It was my first match, and they tried to convince me, if you're new to competing, you do a new shooter's brief. And at the brief, they tried to convince us that it was okay to walk. And I would have been fine walking the match, but I'm not new to competition. I mean, I'm new to competitions, but I'm not new to shooting. And I have done competition classes. I have done like mini matches and classes that I've done before. So I'm very familiar with, shooting and moving. I'm very familiar with reloading on the move, how to run backwards with the gun, how to reload on the move. So although I knew that they wanted to see me walking it, because you never know if the person competing knows how to handle guns safely. I went a little slow on my first match and still ended up getting a footfall. So I was like, nah, I'm not, which I didn't walk it, but when I stepped on the line, on the wooden line, and so when I stepped on the line, I guess my foot was over to the other side. The RO who was running the clock was not the one who called it. He said he didn't see it, or he saw my foot, but he didn't think it was over. It was the other RO running the tablet, and he said that my foot went over the line. Well, it's okay to go over the line if you're stepping on the wood, I guess, but maybe mine was stepping on the other side. I'm not even really sure what it was, so I ended up getting a penalty for that. And I'm almost certain, I can't remember because it's been a while since I looked at the time, but I remember thinking in my head that had I not got that, I believe it was a 5-second penalty, my total time would have been good enough to put me in second. So after that first stage, I ended up running it anyway. And by the second stage, everybody knew that you can tell when you're watching people run through the stages if they can shoot or not. So nobody really gave me a hard time about it. And I ended up getting third out of 7 in carry optics unclassified. And then I want to say I got 12 overall, and there was 30 people at the match. So not bad for my first competition for sure. This USPSA match, I'll be using the exact same setup that I had for IDPA. So I competed with the Zev OZ9. I didn't use these extended base pads from Zev. So I've got just regular Glock mags for the IDPA, but for the match Saturday, I do have these extended Zev base pads. Now you guys let me know, I did not order black, I ordered red. And when I got them in, they were the black ones. Now I actually wanted the black, they were sold out. So these are the ones I got. And now I'm kind of like confused what I should do. Should I contact Zev and let them know, hey, I ordered red, but I got black, but that's okay because I wanted black. My thinking is if I got these, I probably got somebody else's 2 black base pads and they got my 2 red ones. So I'm kind of confused what I'm supposed to do. You guys let me know in the comments. Would you contact Zev and let them know, or just run the ones you have, because this is really what I want, right? So I've got this one, my spare mag. It also has the Zev extended base pad. These are +5s, but I will be running a extra magazine without the base pad. If I really like them, I probably will get a third to run, but for now it's 2 with the +5s and then a standard 17 round. Running it in the Tier 1 concealed APX. Now, you guys told me when I reviewed this holster that they work fine with the DCC clips, And so I did buy some DCC clips. You guys told me, you didn't tell me which specific ones, so I ended up going with the ones I'm familiar with, which are the Mod 4s, which is the 1.5 inch. They're kind of universal. They have a little bit of adjustment. However, after running that competition, Thursday, the IDPA competition, I really like the ability of the plastic to kind of adjust it as needed. So I'm probably going to keep these on there. I'll know for sure after Saturday, but I really like that it slides very, very well. Now I don't have a wedge on the back of this holster. I'm carrying without a wedge because I don't want it tucked into me. I'm not worried about concealment so much is my point. So the way that I carry at the IDPA match and the way that I carry at USPSA is also AIWB, because I don't even own an outside the waistband holster. Now, the match Saturday, and then I use this spare mag, put it over here to the side. This is the Tier 1 Concealed MSP Pro spare mag caddy. So this is how I competed for IDPA, but without the extended mags. And then with 3 standard mags. All right, so this is how I will carry for Saturday. My concern, however, is Saturday is going to be 24 degrees. Now, we'll warm up, but we're going to be competing early. So the high is not going to get up to 40 something. It's going to be in the 30s, and even I think it'll be like 26 to 28 when we start the competition. So I've been practicing with thermals on, and unfortunately with the thermals, because it's got the extended mag, sometimes when I go to draw, it's catching that mag kind of like that. So when I go to pull the sternum, when I draw straight to the sternum. All right, it cleared at that time, but with the thermals, they're a lot tighter. Sometimes it'll catch that. So I've been messing around with that as I'm dry firing, trying to get that gun out, get it out of the way when I'm reholstering as well. My plan for Saturday, since it's gonna be so cold, I'll wear a thermal shirt, probably wear a sweatshirt, and then I'll wear a jacket over the top of that, and then hot hands in the pockets to keep my hands warm. When it's my turn, when it's my turn to run the match, to run that stage of the match, I'll step up, I'll take my jacket off, and then I'll have just the thermal shirt and then a sweatshirt over the top of that. That's the plan right now. After the match Saturday, I might completely change my mind about competing inside the waistband or appendix inside the waistband, and I might end up going outside the waistband, but I don't own an outside the waistband holster. I don't practice that way. So for me, I want to compete how I've been practicing for years with the gun that I carry in the method that I always carry. So that, for me, it's going to be appendix inside the waistband. But this is how I competed for the IDPA match. This is how I will be competing for my first USPSA match. And if it's so cold that this was miserable, I might end up going outside the waistband, but I have no plans to do that as of now. Saturday I have the USPSA match, and then next Saturday I have an IDPA match, because I can't make it to my local club, Georgia Firing Line, on Thursdays to do USPSA and IDPA, since they rotate them. One Thursday they do USPSA, the next one they do IDPA, and then if there's a 5th Thursday in the month, they'll do something like, I believe they call it EDC, Gun Challenge, or EDC. You compete with your EDC, essentially, which is what I do anyway. But since I can't go Thursdays, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do Saturday USPSA matches, like one a month, right? This is probably what I'm ending up doing. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do USPSA or do I want to do IDPA? I've already done the one IDPA, but I did an indoor match, but I didn't do an outdoor match. So I'll have the USPSA match this Saturday and then IDPA the following Saturday. For that, all I do is switch out these magazines and put my standard 17 round mags in, just because I can only, for carry optics, I'm only gonna run 10 rounds in the mag. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's the goal for now. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them for me in the comment section. And if you guys would, please like this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.